Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Dear devotees, today I am going to tell you something about the karmic energy. This karmic energy works both ways. That means our karmic energy can show us which is present as absent. Our karmic energy can sometimes show us which is absent as present. Now you see a flower pot here. But this karmic energy, dependent on some causes, this flower pot is visible, but maybe somebody cannot see this flower pot because of this karmic energy. We think that everything that we see in outside, they were there, they are there, intact, every day. They were there, they are there. In the future also, they are going to be there, intact. But it is completely wrong. I just want to explain about this a bit to you, that there is a danger in this karmic energy. Such an incident happened in the past. The Losaka Thero, when he went for alms food, normally he didn't get food, because whenever he went for alms food, his bowl was seen as full of alms food. People saw that the bowl was full of alms foods, but the Theo, he didn't see that. He sees his empty bowl. Try to understand what happened there. Mere empty bowl without food was seen as full of alms foods by people. Why is that? Some invisible thing was seen as visible thing. It was done by this karmic energy. Because the Losaka Thero, he had done a past karma, bad karma. Due to the result of that bad karma, today he is suffering from it. That means our bad karmic energy can influence others' minds also. That is why those people saw some food in that empty bowl, so that other people just look in the bowl. They saw that there is enough food in the bowl, so they didn't serve anything for that monk. But this monk didn't know that. When he sees his empty bowl, some other person says that it is full of alms. Now try to understand the miraculous condition of this mind and this karmic energy. That is why I told you it works both ways. It can show us something which is visible as invisible, and vice versa. The Thero's karmic energy influence others' minds in order for that monk not to get food. Because of his bad karma, for him not to get food, his empty bowl was shown full of alms food by that karmic energy, influencing other people's mind. That is why I told you, this thing could happen otherwise also. Which is present is seen as absent, which is actually visible to you. Maybe it is invisible for somebody else. In ghost stories also, in the Dhamma, we hear that there are some ghosts, they go finding water, but when they went to the river, they see no water. Instead of water, they see rocks there. But when we go to the river, we see water. We think that water was there intact from early days. But it is wrong. Why do we see water here now? Because of our karmic energy is good. So our karmic energy shows us real water. But we shouldn't misunderstand that just because we see water there, water was there every time since a long period in the past. It is wrong. Here and now, because of our good karmic energy, here and now we see water. At the same time, the ghosts also go finding water, but they see something else instead of water. Some ghosts see blood in water. They don't see water. Instead of water, they see blood flowing. Some ghosts see rocks there, no water. Now we should be able to understand that this karmic energy is very dangerous and miraculous. It works both ways. It can show us which is visible as invisible, and vice versa. And you may have heard that some ghosts, hungry ghosts, due to past bad karmic energy, they go finding foods. Suppose they come to your kitchen. When you go to kitchen, you see the bowls are full of foods. But when the ghost comes there, they see no foods. Because of their bad karmic energy, which is present as food, is invisible to that ghost. This is incredible, but it is the truth. That is why we should understand that in this Dhamma, this world is very complicated, and with the good wisdom, we have to investigate into these things. Otherwise, we will try to cherish, otherwise we will try to grasp this world as this world something which was intact from the past, which is present today also, which is going to be present, intact in the future also. It is wrong. Dependent on our karmic energy, here and now, we see things as visible. The things that we see as visible, it is seen as invisible or as absent by somebody else, dependent on his bad karmic energy. So, what we should learn from this is, when we look at outside, when you see something, when you hear something, when you smell, when you experience some things from outside, you experience it, dependent on your karmic energy and also your mind energy, mental energy. So you are within the coverage of mind, and the mind is within the coverage of karmic energy. Mind depends on karmic energy. So how much is your karma, so much is your mind power. So when you see something, when you hear something, when you experience something outside, it is limited to the coverage of your mind. So that don't think that what you see can be seen by every other person or other being. Another example. Some animals can't see the colors outside, but we can see colors. Why is that? We see colors because we have good karmic energy to see the colors, but the colors were not there outside intact, no is there intact. But dependent on our karmic energy, here and now, at the moment, when we look at some home, we can see the color. It rises here and now. It is also mind-made. I told about it earlier. In the same way, some animals, when they open their eyes, they cannot see forms, they cannot see colors. Instead of colors, they see black and white condition. Because those animals' karmic energy is limited. Within that limited condition, within that limited mental power, that mind shows him no colors, but black and white condition. So, this is the truth. This is the truth of the world. This is the truth of the life. From this, I hope that you learn something, and you need to learn something, and you need to investigate into these things. And the world is completely different from our viewpoint. Our viewpoint is, we think that what we see from outside, it was there intact, it is here intact, and it is going to be in the future also there intact. But it is completely wrong. So in this Dhamma, in Lord Buddha's Dhamma, we can deeply understand, we have to deeply understand about this world as well as our life, if we want to get rid of our unsatisfactoriness, our all sorrows, suffering. Otherwise we cannot get rid of these sufferings, unsatisfactoriness, etc. If you want to get rid of this unsatisfactoriness, these sufferings, you have to understand this world as it is. If you want to understand this world as it is, you have to follow the path of the Buddha, his vision, not our own visions. Our own vision is shallow vision. It is not a deep vision. Buddha's vision was very deep, so we have to follow his vision. According to his viewpoint, we have to think into these objects in a different way, wisely, prudently. I hope that it is enough for today. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.